Good morning. My name is Naomi Salazar, and welcome to the HPS Upload, where we upload the latest news for you to download. At Huntington Public School, we challenge all to meet their academic and life goals while inspiring lifelong learning. Please stand to say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And here are today's announcements. Lunch for today is chicken fajita. 8th through 11th grade band and choir students, Mrs. H has pre-sale order forms for the discount cards in her room, and students can come pick them up from her. There's no horse judging workout tonight. Will Kelly Shower, Judah Kilzer, Alison Scogan see Mrs. Shower following today's announcements. Mark your calendars. Next FFA meeting will be next Tuesday, February 8th at 7, with officers meeting at 6:30. There are FFA Coogan forms here. Pick up yours outside the egg room after the bell rings to go to 5th hour. Forms can then be picked up in the egg room. There's going to be a National Honor Society meeting today at 12:20 in Mrs. Olson's room. Bring your lunch. Now, let's move on to our first story from our reporter, Joey, about science class.
Welcome to A Subject and Subject, where we talk about a subject from both elementary and high school. Today's subject will be science, the field where people discover and figure out how the world works. We will first interview Mrs. Schneider, an elementary teacher who teaches science. So in elementary, what in science do you teach?
I teach 5th and 6th grade, life, earth, physical, and STEM, and then I teach 7th grade life science.
All right, what would you say is the most challenging and least challenging thing in science that you have to teach?
Physical science is definitely the hardest. I think it's really challenging to understand, and earth science is the most fun for me.
All right, what do your students think of science?
I think it's kind of like everything. Some of them like it, some of them don't, and it kind of depends on the day. If we're doing notes, they don't really like that as much, and then a lot of them like the labs.
All right, and what are your thoughts on science?
I think it's really important. It's kind of in everything we do, in every job, and in life in general, with health and genetics and everything.
Now we will be talking to the high school science teacher, Miss Block. Okay, in high school, what science do you teach?
So this year I'm responsible for teaching 8th through 12th grade science. So I teach 8th grade earth science, physical science, biology, chemistry, and in alternate years I also teach physics. And I have STEM class every year also.
All right, what would you say is the most challenging and least challenging thing in science that you have to teach?
I think the most challenging part is teaching chemistry because it's very conceptual. It's not something that we can do hands-on. You can't be shown an actual molecule. You can't be shown an atom or what they're made of. We have to base it on concepts and the pictures that we have of artist renderings. That makes it tricky. I think one of the easiest sciences I teach is earth science because I can show you a mountain and we can look at volcanoes, and it's something that we are surrounded by on the earth, so it's much more easy to understand.
All right, what do your students think of science?
What do you think of science, Joey?
It's good.
It's great. I think that depends on what we're covering at the time because everybody has different interests. So if you don't like minerals, that's fine because pretty soon we're moving on to the ocean and there's always something new coming.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on science?
I think science is a really great subject to teach because there's always new. I can keep learning science, and if we get bored with one thing, one project, it doesn't work one year, we can try a new project. And there's always more. There's always more to learn and to do and to try.
We will now listen to Robert Larson, a freshman taking physical science. What are your thoughts on science?
I really enjoy science. Just kind of figuring out how the world works in a more better sense is just pretty cool. From how atoms and molecules react and the different chemical reactions that can be had, and just the weird stuff you can figure out, especially the weird facts that come from Miss Block.
All right, and what would you say is the most challenging and least challenging thing about science?
Math. Just general math and science. It hurts my brain. And least challenging, I would just say just generally learning about the stuff.
Thank you for watching our second episode of A Subject and Subject, and a special thank you for those who I interviewed. I hope you now have a larger understanding of how science is taught, and once again, thank you for watching.
Thank you, Joey, for that story. Now let's talk with Dakota Hibbard about sports.
I thought that they didn't do pretty good. Pretty good. But, they've tried their best. Let's go ahead and look at some of the scores. All right. For wrestling, in first place, we have Cade, Tristan, and Jennifer. Second place, we have Jaren, and Miles. And in third, we have Peyton. Girls basketball versus Hazen, we lost 34-36, and we won 56-46. Boys basketball versus Trinity, we won 51-49. We lost 30-61. Harding County, we won 52-50, and varsity we won we lost 53-59. Versus Hazen, we lost 42-50 and lost 55-81. Now let's go ahead and look at some of the highlights from the Harding game. Here we have Maddox Pierce with a three-pointer straight into the net. Brady Clapper with a three-pointer straight in again. Here we have Bennett Jorgensen with a steal straight down the court like an arrow. Passes it with a layup, but misses. Maddox Pierce with a fast break straight down the court, past the other player, and into the basket with a layup. Brian Bartholomew with a three-pointer. Nice shot. Straight in. Bennett Jorgensen with yet another three-pointer. Straight in. Forrest Fortune with a block into the basket. Maddox Pierce with another block. We are denying them these points. Forrest Fortune with yet another block. Come on, guys, we need to give them some points, don't we? Forrest Fortune with yet another block. You guys are denying them these points, aren't you? Bennett Jorgensen with a three-pointer straight in yet again. Sports this week. Girls basketball, Monday in Bowman, Thursday in Glen Ullin. Boys basketball, Tuesday, JV and varsity versus New England. Friday in Richardson, Saturday in Washburn. And wrestling is on Thursday in Bowman County.
Thank you, Dakota. Now let's look at the weather forecast with Micah Kilzer.
Good morning and welcome to the weather. Monday, it'll be a little bit cloudy with a high of 21 and a low of 22. Tuesday, sunny with a high of 22 and a low of 12. Still cold. Wednesday, it's going to start to warm up. It's going to be pretty windy with a high of 41 and a low of 23. Thursday, cloudy with a high of 30 and a low of 20. And Friday, with a high of 41 and a low of 23. Messed up. Should be partly cloudy, not sunny. Saturday, mostly cloudy. You can see the sun just peeking out there. A high of 47 and a low of 23. And Sunday, partly cloudy with a high of 41 and a low of 28. Mostly cloudy this week. Back to you, Naomi.
Thank you, Micah, for that weather report. We would also like to thank Tyler Lawfer, our producer, for helping us to make today's broadcast possible. And that's our news broadcast. Thanks for tuning in to the HPS Upload, where we upload the latest news for you to download. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date on our weekly school news, local sporting events, and community streams. We will see you next Monday at 9.